Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am reviewing the high grade 1100 the O. This is a kit from 2000 that I picked up earlier this year and painted up, and I really love how it came out, so I'm excited to share it with you guys. I did a custom color scheme on this, and the idea behind it was to do an alternative version of the suit. So in this case, I kind of came up with a high mobility test type, and I added some thrusters, some, I guess you could say extra verniers, but thrusters. I added some piping under the shoulder pads. I added a radome, and then I added a few other pieces here and there for detail parts. This was my first time using the Gundam Builders Parts HD, and it was a learning experience, though overall I think it came out really good. The one complaint that I have is the extra thrusters that I put on the sides of the legs. That side piece on the side of the legs is slightly convex, and I didn't properly sand the parts, so there is like the tiniest, slightest gap if you look at it up close. Maybe if it's spinning around, I don't know if it's really capturing it in the video, but I can show some up close shots. So that's the one criticism I have, but other than that, I'm just really super happy with how this came out. I did actually not prime this kit. I just painted right over the raw plastic, and that was really interesting actually, because the kit has this creamy kind of yellowish color to it, and that came through in parts of the kit when I mixed with pre-shading and a little post-shading, highlighting. I think it looks really cool. It creates a lot of color and dimension, and then I went over that again with some Mr. Weathering color. I used a lot of the blacks and browns. I use Mr. Weathering now for all of my panel lining as well as my weathering, and yeah, really happy with how it came out. In terms of articulation, I think the kit is built pretty well. It's a little bit flimsy in a few areas. The side skirts, particularly one of them, the one that's raised right now, tends to drop. I added some putty, I added some paint, I added some crazy glue to the joint, and it seems like no amount of additional material really helps keep it stiff. It helps keep it stiff enough to do a specific pose, but if I go ahead and fiddle with it, it drops and it's incredibly loose and floppy. So that's kind of a disappointment for a kit from 2000. I know it is quite old, but kits from that era do tend to have pretty decent joints in my experience. So that was one bummer, but other than that, the rest of the joints are pretty good. No complaints there. In terms of the build, it's actually really cool because the legs have a full inner frame and you can take off the armor parts. I actually forgot to do that when I was taking photos for this, so I will go back in and I'll take some photos of one of the legs with the armor parts off so you can see the interior. I didn't fully putty and sand that inner frame because I knew I wasn't going to display it, but it is quite cool, so I'll show it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, overall, I love this. I guess one other piece I can mention is I did take a clear part from the, I forget, I think it's the Builders Parts HD Clear Effect set, and that's what I used for the beam coming out of the beam rifle, and I did some shading with white to teal on that. I just thought it was a nice color combination, the white, red, and teal. So the yellow of the original beam parts, I believe they were yellow, was cool, but I just thought this color scheme was really pretty. Yeah, overall, I really like this kit. I am excited to share my final photos. I'll post some of them here, and I'll also share some work in progress pics. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the O, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the review. I give this kit a huge thumbs up. I think it's amazing. It's also really big, which is nice. It's almost the size of a small master grade, so it looks really great on your shelf. And easy to construct, really great part separation. Yeah, overall loved it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.